Oh my god, are you kidding me? I figured it out. Well, if that right there doesn't make this gimbal worth it. What's up friends, Adriana here and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the Zion Crane M2 gimbal. I got this gimbal for Christmas and I am a beginner to gimbals. I've never used them before and I've been playing around with it a little bit, so I thought I'd share my thoughts as to how beginner friendly it is and how user friendly it is and how it works with my camera setup and how it might be useful for you as well. First up, let's take a look at what comes inside the box. So when we first open up the case, we have the main gimbal right in the middle. This is the body of it and the part that everything will attach to. Then we have this wrist strap, which I have yet to use and honestly probably won't use. And then the tripod portion. This will actually screw into the bottom of the gimbal and the feet flip out, so you have your tripod. Next up we have the phone holder. This gimbal can hold a phone, it can hold cameras, GoPros, and then the charging cord. And then over here on the side we have the what's called the quick release plate. This is what you will mount each of the devices that you're using to, and then the little screw that will screw it into the gimbal. The case itself that it comes in is a nice solid styrofoam, very protective, which is great, so you can use it to bring the gimbal wherever you're going or just to hold it in there for safekeeping. And then we screwed in the tripod, so this is what it looks like when it's standing up, and then we're going to start the setup. So we're going to loosen the quick release plate thumb screw, and then pressing that little silver button, we're going to slide the quick release plate in, tighten that screw back up, and then we'll start with the phone mount. So we'll take the phone mount and the screw, and we just screw it into the quick release plate. And then we are ready to get started. So this clip is from a few days ago when I was first trying to figure out how to use the gimbal, and I started by mounting my phone, which I think was probably the worst idea because it's definitely more difficult to get the phone balanced than it is a camera, and I think it's just because of where the center of mass is in the phone when you're trying to balance it on this. It's just a little awkward. I was watching a bunch of videos trying to figure out how to do it, and one that I found really helpful was from this guy Evan Thompson. I'll link the video down in the description, and the best way that I found was to actually watch the video in half speed. It makes it a lot easier to follow and gives you a little more time to figure it out with them. And after a lot of trial and error, we finally got there. 25 minutes later. Here you can see I'm just playing around with the gimbal, playing with the different modes, kind of learning how to use it, just the basics right now. And then I figured out you can do selfie mode, which is really cool by just a press of a button. Okay, so the setup the first time is definitely the most difficult and frustrating thing ever if you've never used a gimbal. I tried setting it up on Christmas when I got it, and I spent an hour trying to figure it out with my dad, and it was just so frustrating and a lot of information coming at me that I got a little overwhelmed and didn't really pick it up again for almost a month. So here we are, finally figuring out how to use this thing. But now that I've taken some time away and then I had the time and wasn't trying to enjoy a holiday, trying to figure it out, it's actually pretty easy. The first 2 times it takes some time. It took me 30 minutes to get this set up in the clip you just saw, but just now doing it, it took me 30 seconds. So once you get a feel for how to balance it, it's so easy. I will say it's definitely harder to balance the phone, I think just because the weight distribution of it is very different than a camera where it's has the flat bottom, so it's a little easier to figure out the weight and how it needs to go. Once you've done it a few times, it definitely gets a lot easier. And it's super easy to switch these out with this. It's just the little pin on the bottom that you unscrew, and then this just screws into the bottom of the camera, so it's super easy to go from one device to another. This can be used for GoPros, small point and shoots, iPhones. What I have my setup right now is my Canon M50 camera with the Canon 11 to 22 millimeter lens, so it is a little bit of a longer lens, so I was really surprised that it was able to handle this camera. The one thing that I haven't really tried with it yet is using it with my mic on top. I know that it will adjust the weight and weight distribution of it again. That's something to consider. If you use a microphone, it's definitely going to be even a little more adjusting to do to make sure that it's balanced before you even turn the gimbal on. Okay, whoops, come back. So I'm outside in my backyard and I have it on my camera now, which literally took me 30 seconds to set up. So that was exciting. I think it's just like takes some time to figure out. Right now I have it on PF. I forget what that means. Let's see if I change it to level. No, that doesn't work. Come back. Okay, this is point of view. So this is kind of what I want to test out, because for vlogging, I'm really interested in seeing how it does like stabilizing and how it looks. And if we go around, it's kind of slow coming back. Though let me try go mode. Go mode was in that video that the guy was talking about. There we go. Okay, this is go. So it's supposed to like go faster with me when I turn it. Oh, there we go. This is my pool that's been closed for months because it's now cold. My TikTok famous pool. But like go mode works pretty well. This is fun. I have to say, I am impressed, and the fact that I was actually able to set it up so quickly is even better. How's it looking, guys? Let me know. Let me know. So over the past couple days, I've played around with this a lot, and the more I use it, the easier it gets to use and to figure out how to use it. What I also find really helpful is that it comes with an app, and in the app that you can connect to the gimbal and control it from your phone. Okay, I've been trying to figure this out, how to control it from my phone, and I think I finally have it. So you have these sliders here that tilt it side to side, and then this one in the middle you can tilt up. No, don't lock on me. And then back down. This is a game changer. This is a freaking game changer, because now I can be like over here and talking to the camera and have it, wait, have it, come on, move to me. It definitely takes a while to like figure out how to get all of it connected and get it working. And I also can't figure out, every time I try to do the like zoom options on the phone, it like freaks out and it just stops working. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know, but the fact that I can control it slightly from my phone is pretty cool. I just want to figure out how to get it to go side to side from here. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I figured it out. I think I just wasn't doing it. I figured it out. You just do this. Why? No, it's not working. Yes. And then I go back. This is a game changer. Oh my god, I'm so excited I figured that out. Well, that is really cool, because now you can set it down and be like talking over here. Oh, other way. Make your point and then be like, come with me. Are you kidding me? This is so cool. I would definitely say this is a great beginner-friendly gimbal. Once you get the setup down, it's pretty easy to use, and the fact that it has an app that goes with it makes it great that you can not only control the gimbal from the app, but you also have a lot of educational material in the app, which is super helpful, especially coming from someone who's never used a gimbal before, and you can do endless YouTube searches, but the fact that this educational material is specifically for the gimbal makes it really, really great. So when we first open up the app, this page here is where you would connect your phone to the gimbal by pressing that Connect Now button at the bottom. And then we have the option to look at the videos you've recorded controlling the gimbal with your phone. And then we have these templates, which I haven't played with yet, but they're there as an option. Then on the bottom, we can move to this page, which has videos from other creators. So you can kind of get inspiration, see what other people are doing with their Zion items. And then there's also like this explore page, kind of like Instagram, where you can explore and find tutorials or just other videos. Then we have the profile, and up here on the left you have tutorials, and this is where the educational material really is. You can swipe through to select the device you have, so I'm going to select the Crane M2, and then it pops up with these tutorials that you can easily access and always come back to keep learning or reviewing. So that's the app. There's a lot of resources on there, so I would highly recommend using it.
It's also nice. I was a little worried that it wouldn't be able to hold the weight of my camera because it's a little bigger than a regular point and shoot. It is a mirrorless camera. It's a smaller mirrorless camera, but it does have a little extra weight, and especially with the lens that I'm using, it's also a little bit bigger, and it was able to hold it fine. The only thing that I found it did have trouble with was in vertigo mode. The camera is just a little too heavy that the motors in the gimbal are just not able to control it. And that's when I would get the axis lock and have issues. But if you're just using it with a small point and shoot or your iPhone or like a GoPro or something smaller of that size, you shouldn't have an issue with vertigo mode. In all of my tests outside, I have it with my camera setup. So my Canon M50 and the Canon 11 to 22 millimeter lens. I did that because that's mainly what I'll be using the gimbal on, is for vlogging. I'm sure I'll use my iPhone as well, but I was really more just interested to see with the tests how well it would do with my camera because it is heavier.
Okay, let's see. All right. Go mode. There we go. So in this test, I really just wanted to see the difference in stability between the gimbal and just holding the phone. So I know there's a lot going on, but you can see that the Crane M2 footage is so much smoother and easier on the eyes to watch. Then here, I want to just show you the directional limits of the gimbal. Mostly just going side to side. If you have the body of the gimbal directly under, you see that hitting happening. And then as we go to the left, it kind of stops. While I'm doing this test, it's in level mode, so the camera is staying as level as possible. You can see that when the handle of the gimbal is behind, you have a lot more mobility, but once you bring it underneath, and as you're trying to go to that left side, that's where you might have some hitting.
So overall, I think this is a great beginner-friendly gimbal. As someone who is just entering the world of gimbals, I found this to be relatively easy to understand and get to know how to use. It has really great educational tools on the app, and even just searching YouTube videos, there's a lot of great videos on the setup and how to balance it and all of the different modes that it offers. The fact that it has really great phone connectivity is a huge plus and just like a bonus, I think. I don't know if other gimbals have this ability as well, but the fact that you can use your phone and tell the gimbal what to do is honestly just really cool, I think. I've only had this gimbal for about a month and I've just gotten to know how to use it, and I'm not gonna lie, I was ready to return it at first, so I would definitely say if you're new to gimbals, give it some time. Be patient with the learning curve. It is going to take a little patience to figure out how to set it up, how to really use it, but it's definitely worth it. It's available on Amazon for like $200, I think, so it's super accessible, easy to get quickly, and overall, I think a great beginner gimbal. I look forward to using it more in my future videos and seeing really what this guy has to offer. So that is it for today. If you have this gimbal, let me know in the comments what you think of it. I'd love to know if there's something that I didn't mention that you think is like a great feature of it. Or if you have any questions about it, ask and I will answer to the best of my ability. I am by no means a expert with a gimbal yet, but I'm excited to keep learning and really see what I can do with this thing. So thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button down at the bottom for me to help the algorithm. Stay safe and sane, friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!